what it means to have more, what it means to have less, and what it means to be equal to.
So is your predicted amount equal to, greater than, or less
than the actual amount that you have? See, you were good. Okay, so you had 3. So you would have what? 3 what? Equals 2. Alright. How many brown you have? Okay.
That's how high it needs to be?
Some colors you may not have.
Okay, do everyone know the equal to, greater, I mean the greater than, the less than sign? I know.
Alright, you gonna
Yeah.
put the sign?
No.
Alright. So you had 3. 3 was what? How many actual did you have? Alright, so would this be your predicted be greater than, equal to, or less than? Now, once you've made your predictions and your calculation, I see some of you have already did that. You also got to do your total amount in your bag.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do your individual totals, and then we're going to do the total for the whole class.
Did you have one more in there? Okay. How many of you guys were your prediction was pretty close to the actual amount you had? Meaning that if you had, show of hands, if you had 1 prediction that was the actual amount. If you had 2 predictions that was the actual amount. 3 predictions that was the actual amount. Okay. All right.
How many there was one off? Okay. So, as I was stating before, we're going to talk about percentage and percentage composition. So, once again, what is a percentage?
It is part of a whole number, like 5 is half 10, which would be 50%.
So you said 5 is out of 10, which would be 50%. So let's put that in words. Okay, let's put it in words. So 5 is going to be my what?
Your numerator.
Okay, but also that's my, how many do I have?
5.
5, so that is my piece. Alright, so how many pieces out of my, no, how many, okay, and 10 is going to represent my,
Pieces.
not pieces, okay, total, so that'd be your total pieces. Alright, what I'm trying to get you to understand that if you're talking about fractions and you're talking about percentages, you gotta have a piece out of your total. Like if you're eating up a piece of pie, okay, say if you cut your pie into 4 slices, you eat 1 slice, how many pieces do you have remaining? 3. Alright, so we have 3 out of how many total? 4. So 3 out of 4, alright?
So let's put this in a fraction. So
Okay.
5 out of 10, how would I write that?
5 tenths, correct. How else can you write it?
1/2.
Why can you write it as 1/2?
Because
Simplify.
you just add 5 to 5 and you get 10. So
Those numbers are what?
Equivalent.
Not so much equivalent, but they're common, okay? Alright, they're common numbers, alright?
So then, how would I turn this into a percentage?
you just
Multiply the 5 tenths by 10.
5 tenths by what?
10.
Not so much 10, but
Like multiply 5 times 10 and then 10 times 10.
5 times 10 and then 10 out of 10. You could do it that way. That is one way if he puts it that way.
Okay. Repeat
So
that.
it says
So you're saying
5 over 10
5 over 10, and
Times.
then 5 times 10,
10.
and then 10 times 10. Okay.
So 5, and how how do you do multiplication and fractions? Not so much cross multiplying now. Not always when you're multiplying fractions. They have the same what?
Okay.
Hold on. First of all, I got you. First, I'm gonna let you answer that. First of all, they have the same what? Denominator. All right. Okay. All right. Now, what were you gonna say? No, you don't have to divide. Okay. If they have the same denominator, you can do what? Not so much cross multiply. Just multiply your numerators together and multiply your denominators together. Okay? All right, if you have the same denominator.
So what's the answer here then?
50 over.
All right.
Okay, let's turn it into a fraction.
Well, you got it as a
And
fraction.
then, I'm sorry, a decimal. I'm sorry, I'm looking at it.
All
Let's
right.
turn this into a decimal.
So how many decimal places will we be going, guys?
No.
2. And why is it 2?
Because it starts at 10.
Not so much 10, but what's the
Oh,
other?
because the denominator is 100.
The denominator is 100. So technically, if I was to read that fraction, how could I read that fraction?
50 over 100.
Okay, but if I wanted to say it in common terms, how would I say it? 50 hundredths, okay? 50 hundredths, all right? And so, 50 hundredths would be what? 0.50, all right? Because when we're talking about percentage should be what? What do we say our total percentage should be? Our total percentage. What do you want your total? 100%. All right. So that's why most of the time when you're saying percentages and you're saying them in decimals, you're saying them in two number form. All right, in hundredths form.
Okay, so we could have skipped some steps here. We could have just taken 5/10 and turned it into a decimal. So let's turn this into a percentage.
Now, what do you say? How you gonna turn a decimal to a percentage? What are you gonna do? Not add the. No, you can't just
You gotta
add the
do something
percentage.
else before you add the percent sign.
What you got?
Move the decimal over 2 places.
Okay.
You can move the decimal over 2 places, but what is that equivalent to? Why are you moving it over 2 places?
Doesn't become a whole.
Okay, I understand that, but why? Why do we want to hold? So we can put it in percentage, all right? So anytime we're talking about percentage, if we're going to move it over 2 places, those 2 places are going to represent that 100 percentage, okay?
Okay, now, composition. When we talk about composition, what are we talking about? Composition, compose.
Hey, what it's made of. Good job. Good job.
Okay, so then your M&M bags are composed of different colored M&Ms, right? Okay,
How many
like-
different colors do you have?
Six different colors?
6 different colors.
Okay. So, that's, putting this in real life, you can say, what's a pizza composed of? You can say, what's a pet store composed of? Okay. So, we're going to, take our M&M nut figures here, the total amounts, the actual amounts that you came up with. And what we're gonna do is add up all the blues for everyone. We're gonna add up all the reds, the yellows, the greens, and so forth. And then we're gonna get the percentage of the total amount of M&Ms that was in everyone's bag for each color.
Do everybody understand
Everybody
that?
understand that?
All right,
Okay,
so,
just start.
all right, and you go ahead, okay? Who you want to go, blue first?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright.
Everybody's-
Okay.
Okay, so how many blues did you have?
I had 32 blues.
Actual? Okay. title, 3, okay.
Alright, you got your
Okay.
calculator? We'll have to get a calculator.
Yeah, they need capital. Okay, now the grounds. Oscar.
I had 3.
Okay. 4. How many grounds did you have? 1. Okay. You had no 0 grounds. Okay. Caleb, how many grounds did you have? 1. 0 grounds. Okay. Jacob. 0 and Tyler. 3.
Alright, so I had 3 zeros.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now guys, when you have 0, 0 out of 100 is gonna be what? 0, okay? So that's an easy percentage to find. Alright?
Okay, now green.
Okay.
Austin.
4.
4 greens. With the camera, how many greens did you have? 2, Jacob. 1. 2, Jacob. 2. Caleb. 2. Miles. Green. How many? 4. Jacob. 4. And Tyler. 4. Okay.
So that was 3 fours at the end.
Uh-huh. Okay, orange.
Orange, I had 3.
3 orange. Cameron, how many orange you have?
7.
Okay, Jacob. 2. 2. Jacob number 2. 6. 6. Caleb. 4. 4. Miles. Orange. 5. 3. 2. 2. Okay, red.
4.
How many? 1. 5. Okay. 2. 2. Caleb. 5. 6. 6. Okay, Miles. 3. 4. And Tyler. 3. 3. Okay. And the last one is yellow.
1.
Cameron. Yellow. 1. Jacob. Yellow. 1. Okay. Can y'all put the calculators down for right now? Thank you. Jacob number 2. 3. 3. Okay. Caleb. 0. Okay. Miles. How many? 4. Okay. Jacob. 4. 2. 2. So then,
Hold on, I'm missing something. I got 1, 1, 1, 3, 0, 4, 2.
1, 1, 1, 3.
There's 2 fours at the end? Okay, alright. Okay.
Okay. So then we're going to total up the blues.
26.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Browns. You got
You
your
can get
browns?
your calculators out.
12.
Okay.
I think so.
12.
Green.
Like 22.
32.
How many?
32. 23.
23.
Yeah, 23.
Okay. Okay, what about the orange?
32.
Red. And then yellow.
Alright, which numbers are most common? I mean, which colors are most common? Which color? Orange and red. And how do you know that orange and red are your most common colors? Yeah, the highest number. Okay. Now,
Red is actually 28.
red is 28. see the least of?
Brown.
Okay. Alright, how many total schools do we have?
No, I mean the whole.
How many total? So now you gotta add up 26, 12, 23, 32, 28, and 16.
How many? 136, 137?
Okay.
137. Okay. Now, what we'd like for you to do is to take each color and find out what percentage that color is of the total amount of M&Ms.
Alright, what's the first thing you think you gotta do? Before you can even find out the percentage.
Put it in a fraction.
Put it in a fraction. So each fraction should have a denominator of 137, okay? Alright. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, you tell me what you,
Okay, so for red, we're gonna do what?
what my fraction is
What's the
gonna
fraction
do.
gonna be?
26 over 137.
26 or 137, okay, anybody got the answer to that? Okay,
It's 0.19.
0.19. Did you round up or, okay, alright. Now, how would I change this 0.19 to a percentage? Okay, I understand you saying go over two decimals to make it a whole number, but how do I change it to go to that whole number?
what did we say before?
What you gotta do? One step that you guys are missing, and I understand, why are you moving two places?
To make the,
Okay, but why though?
what is a whole, in percentages, what are we, what's?
Alright, there we go, cause we're trying to find it out of 100%, so we're gonna multiply everything by what? 100.
100.
Alright, there we go.
Alright.
Should give us 19%, and that is what color?
That's
Red,
That's
okay?
red.
Mm.
No, that's
Blue.
blue.
Oh,
That's
blue.
Mhm.
Alright, what'll be the next one? Let's look at brown. What your fraction would be?
You don't have a sheet to write this down on.
12 over 137.
On your percent composition of color sheet,
Oh, here's one.
write this information down because we're gonna do something with it when we're finished.
Alright, doesn't it look like a fraction a little bit? And so that'll be what? It'd be- What percentage would that be? Alright, but would it stay as 0.87? It'd be what? So it'd be 0.
0.29.
So 0.09, right? Is that what you got when you guys write up? How do you know if you're gonna round up?
You're writing it in number 5, because this is the class sample, because this is the total, you got the totals for the class, so on that sheet it's down on number 5, that's where you're writing your percent.
How do you know when to round up or when to keep the same?
Number 5 on your composition of, percentage of composition color sheet.
How do you know when to round up or when to keep the same? When would I round a number up?
When it's 5 or greater.
5 or more, okay?
Super.
5 or greater, alright?
Good job.
So, and the 5 or greater reflects on the last digit that we're looking at. Alright, right now we're looking at how many digits? 2. And why are we looking at 2 digits? Because of what? Because of, but why? Because of the decimal. Because of the percentage, okay? Alright. So that'll be times 100, which equals 9%. Alright.
That's brown. Okay, now green.
Green will-
23.
How would I set my fraction up? 23 over 137. Alright, that's gonna give me what? 16%? Everybody agree with that? Yep, because you're looking at, so it's .167, and since we're looking at 2 decimal places, the 7 makes the 6 go up, alright? So that'll be 17%. Alright,
We're gonna move through these last ones.
okay.
Okay, so then orange is 32 over 137. Anyone got the answer for that? Okay,
23.
23.
Okay.
Okay, and we have red, 28 over 137. Anyone got the answer for that already?
What you got?
20.
20?
Yellow?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, 16. Okay. What do you have? 12. Okay. So, do we have a way of showing this on the graph? How many ways can we show this on the graph?
A pie graph and a bar graph and a line graph.
Okay.
Alright, but before we graph that, how do we know that our data is correct? What number should add up to equal what?
That's a good question.
How do we know that our data is correct or close to being correct?
Go ahead.
Does it equal 100? And if it doesn't equal 100, that means that we're it does. If it didn't, then what would have been an error that we probably made? If it didn't add up to 100. Our rounding, okay? Alright, so you gotta be careful of your rounding. As long as this equals 100%, we can work with the data. Alright?
Okay, cool. Okay, so we're good. We got 100%. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is graph it. And everyone has a sheet for a histogram.
Alright? And it should look something probably like this, okay?
Mhm.
Alright?
This is a bar graph that I did from M&M.
Alright, so on this sheet, in order to make a histogram, what is your histogram going? What's your histogram gonna look like? Have you guys talked about histograms before? The color of the M&M, and it's gonna be represented by what? How many? Alright, so how would you show it on your worksheet? Color in how many boxes you have. That is correct. Alright, and this is going for your own data, okay?
Yeah.
This is for your own data.
Already labeled for you. So the only thing you have to do is color in the blocks.
I mean, you don't have to make it pretty. Just make sure that you color. I mean, you know, if you're gonna put dots, if you're gonna put stripes, if you're gonna, you know, color it in, that's fine as well. But you gotta make sure you have that representation.
So are they doing the class data? Or
No, they're doing their own data now.
Okay, so you know you're gonna have to go back and figure out the percentage for your data, because that was the class data that you did for number 5.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna go back to I think it's number 3 and figure out what your percentage was.
Mm-hmm. And that's after you guys do your histogram. Yeah, using all your actual numbers. Uh-huh. So how many blue did you have? So you're gonna have how many blue boxes? Uh-huh. have any brown, I get your green in, okay? So you will have no boxes colored for your brown, okay? Alright. You do your green. Because after a while, the colors will be on the table, you just grab from the table. Okay? How many green you have?
This, what we came up with, kind of, well, it's not kind of, it does. Defy what M&M says, because M&M, came up with the figure 30%, for brown. So brown was the biggest colors that, that the M&M company said that they had. They had like 30% brown, 20% yellow, 10% blue, 10% orange, and 10% green. And we came up with orange as being the largest percentage, blue and red. Green was pretty. For real? Every time I buy M&Ms, I have more browns in my bag than anything. And the browns is what I don't like.
I'm gonna get a ball of red.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I had to get you to buy my M&Ms for me because that's what I like, the red. And I like the peanut kind.
I don't like the peanut.
Do you really? You don't like
Peanuts
peanuts?
make my mouth itch.
Oh, okay. So
When I
you're
eat 'em
allergic
by
to
themselves.
nuts? Oh,
When I eat them by themselves.
really? Okay.
So that's why I just eat the chocolate around it.
So you just need the ones without peanut then. So we don't have to go through that extra
And
step.
once you guys make your histogram, then you're gonna go back to the sheet where we just wrote down our total data at, and you're gonna do that same thing for your own data, okay? And your ones where you had 0, it's gonna be pretty easy because 0 out of your total number is 0. Also, make sure that the colors do not, make sure that it does not trick you because some of it is not going straight down the line. Okay, where you might have blue on one page as your first color, and then on your other sheet you might have brown on the first page, as your first color. Alright, so make sure you also put the corresponding color.
Do your percentages and put it on. And number 3 for yourself.
31%. Huh? No. That represents your percent. This represents your actual data. This is like the frequency. This is like how many times you had those colors. This number right here will go right here. What color was that? That's red. So that'll be 31% for red. Okay. You all right over there? Jacob, you done? Alright, so in order to get a percentage, what must that percentage be, what must your decimal be multiplied by? 100, okay? In order to set up to get a decimal, what must you use? What's the number on top of the other number is? I'm sorry, okay, but that deals with what, Tyler? A what? A fraction, okay? A fraction. many total did you have? Alright, how many blue did you have? Alright, so how would you do? Here's your divide key. Alright. And what would that be? Would that be 17% or?
17%.
No, it
Just
won't.
6.
It'll be what? 18%. Because that's 6 going around that 7. I do the same thing for the next one. Well, the next one should be the same number, right? Because it's 3, right? And now do 4 out of 17.
Something green, so that's gonna be 2 over 16. It's gonna be 2 over 16.
So that'll be the only 11.
It's gonna be
Gotcha. Now add them up, make sure that they total 100.
You got it.
And I think you got it, Tyler.
Well, when you finish, just check your numbers, make sure they add up to 100, and you know you're on the right track.
Did you check these numbers? Well, we already checked these. We checked these.
If you're done with your numbers, what you can do is take this sheet and cut out the number of squares that you have for your total number of M&Ms. Let's say you have 17. So you're going to cut out 17 squares, but don't separate them. Like you may have 13 across here. Okay, then you gotta go 4 down here for your 17. So
You
you're going
need
to
to get a strip, you may have to cut it out separate, because you need a strip that's 17 long.
You
So
just
you need a
want to
strip that's
cut.
long, so you might have to take 2 pieces together to get a
So
strip
you're
that
gonna,
long.
at the end, you're gonna have to take 2 pieces together. So if you're finished doing the percentages, you can go ahead and start doing that. Just for the total number that you have, if you have 16, 17, whatever your total is, for the number of M&Ms that were in your bag.
That's weird. This man, 120. Reason why? Because we rounded numbers. Okay, remember I told you about it, we round numbers, experimental data. It could give you over, it could give you under. It's pretty close to 100. So that's fine, okay?
You good? Come up to 100. You add all your
I gotta
percentages.
tell you. Okay, you gotta cut those out first. So you gotta cut out 17 kilos, okay?
Where'd you get this number? Greek
Yes,
number.
it's color at the bottom.
That's where you had to get it. You see where you're making it from? That's when you got 92% and then 100. So all you gotta do is just fix this one. You see
So
those
you,
two, right?
Ethel, do you have any more big sheets?
Yeah, hang on.
That's the histogram?
Yeah, do you have any more extra?
Yeah,
So
sure.
cut these out.
You're gonna cut them out, you wanna keep them together. So really, how many did you have? 17? So your first strip, truthfully, what I would do, I would cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay? much over what's his?
9%. That's too much.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
Let's double check.
And it's gonna come from our round. Alright, 3, you had a total of 16. Give me 3 over 16.
Did you check that?
Thank you.
Okay, so that'll be 18 over 20, 7, 5, okay, and if you left it as that number, that's fine, okay? The next one would be, 1 over 16. Point. Yeah, that's what it is, okay? And that's brown, right? So you need to change your brown number, okay? And sometimes it's like that. Sometimes we make careless mistakes.
So you probably did it error with Johnny. You wanna make sure for that?
Once you get your script cut out, what you're gonna do, it wouldn't cut out. Let me try to help you out. How many you have?
Is that your total? So you gonna
That should be
put it right there, take it back there, so it makes one single long strip.
That ain't a piece.
Yeah, that's better.
And how many total did you have?
So if it's 5 or more, you going down. And if it's 5 or less, you So for 2 out of 16 I get for this round, 2 out of 16 gave you 12.5. So would that be? And same with 1 and
Alright, finish cutting that out.
that would give you 1. Give it to you at 2 off.
Here's off.
2 at
97%. Alright, let's look at your numbers. You had, how many total did you have? 18? Alright,
So go ahead and change it.
put 4 at 18 in the calculator.
But do you understand what I got that? And now check if it's something.
Alright, 22%, okay. Alright, then do, 1 out of 18. Okay. Alright, see, and what happened is, if you don't use the full number, it can either put it over, or it can put it under, and that's probably what you ran into. Let's see, you had, 7 out of 18, do 7 out of 18. And then 2 out of 18. Okay, and then 3 out of 18. Gotcha. Alright, by you not taking these decimals into account, it makes it lower. But if you were to use those decimals, like when you multiply that number by 100, it'll give you 16.7%. It'll give you 100%.
Now,
Okay?
when you're taping, when you cut yours down here and you're taping it to the end, there should be no lap.
Alright, so
You know
truth
what I'm saying?
is,
So it should just come to the edge and,
Mhm.
yeah.
alright, cut your
No
3
lapping.
pieces out. Just cut right on that line. You left hand or right hand? You either one. Alright, now. You don't want it to overlap. Take your piece of tape, put it in the back of it so that it's not overlap. Alright, once you get your script together, the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna color that script with a representation of how many M&Ms you had. So if you had 2 orange M&Ms, the first 2 blocks would be orange, alright? If you had 3 red M&Ms, the next 3 blocks would be red, okay?
So you do it like that?
You can do it like that. So your first 3 blocks would be 1, 2, 3 blue, 1, 2, 3 brown, 1, 2, 3, 4 green,
Yeah, don't mix the colors.
1, 2 orange.
Keep
No,
you doing
yeah,
it.
you're that's fine, okay?